lot of magazines will do a best car of the year, what's the newest, what's the hottest. 10 Best is not about that. 10 Best tries to determine across all segments of cars under $80,000 what's really the best in the market. And we break it down into three sort of subcategories. We look at mission fulfillment, we look at value, and we really look at what's most engaging and fun to drive.
Well, it's car and driver. This is how people actually drive cars. But most of what's here has already been tested. You know the numbers. You know how these vehicles did in various comparos. So you've got that data kind of in your back pocket. But this is really more about the experience of the car, and the car is a totality.
So mission fulfillment, what does that mean? It means how well does a car achieve its intended and stated goal, whether that's explicit or implicit. A car like the Chevy Impala, for example, it's not the sportiest, but it is composed, it's serene, it's quiet, it's very comfortable, it's large and it rides great, and you can take these roads back here without even touching the brakes. The chassis is really good. They resisted the urge to make it into a sports sedan, and I think that's right for the market. So the second thing is the value proposition. A good example of this is something like the Fiesta ST that really gives you such amazing dynamic responses. It's just as good as the Focus ST in a lot of ways, but for $22,000. And that really confounded a lot of our expectations. We didn't think it could be quite that excellent. But at the same time, if you look at 10 Best lists of the past few years, and it really reveals how much competition there is around these certain price points. Half of the cars last year were $25,000 base price or under. So there's so much goodness in the market at those lower price points. It becomes harder and harder to justify anything over, our $80,000 price cap. And, when you get over that $80,000 price cap, you get into issues of prestige and luxury and, kind of what the car really wants to say about you as a fashion accessory. And this test is not about that. The third element is how engaging is it to drive. When you walk up to something like the Cayman, you just want to get in it and drive it as fast as you can. I mean, there's a promise implicit in that car's shape, and it's totally delivered by the way that car responds. Porsche racing has really trickled down into that car. I don't know of any car on the market that is so responsive in terms of transitional behavior. On a racetrack, it's all about getting out of one turn and setting up for the next one as quickly as possible. The Cayman does that better than anything, and the excitement that generates in the driver, the fact that the car almost feels alive, that it feels like it's super responsive and super sensitive, that's the essence of a great driver's car. And so that's the third thing we're looking for with 10 Best. So how does the week out here work? We've got about 20 editors and people with tremendous experience driving cars. And the hope is by spreading it across the whole week and by taking off the high and the low score from every editor in our ballots, that we're going to get a very, very faithful picture of where these cars stand. And it's worked.
Loving cars is kind of like loving sports. It involves a lot of arguing with your friends.
Yeah, but you know what? It's the thing. I would be interested.
Yeah, there's lots of debate and argument about what cars are good and what cars should qualify for 10 Best. I think the Fiesta is a good example of that. The Fiesta range versus just the ST. Same can be said for like the IS 350 F Sport, which if you're looking at a specific car, that's a very good car. But then you look at something like the 3 Series and 4 Series, they have this huge range of vehicles.
Even that 320, which has the lower output 2-liter turbo, starts at under $35,000 as we have it equipped here with the Sport Pack, and that car is amazing for less than $35,000.
But then the IS 250, the 4-wheel drive model, is a little disappointing.
I happened to be present when 10 Best was created. It became a special issue and really a centerpiece for the entire year. And I think that's continued. That still exists today, where we put a lot of effort into it. This is all we're doing for an entire week. You know, it really focuses your attention and builds the case. And I come away very confident in my selections. And it's not like I predict all 10 winners. I don't. But having the chance to review last year's, having a chance to discuss with others what the favorites are, what the outstanding characteristics are, it's a great opportunity. And really no one else does it the way we do. So I think we're kind of special on the globe to put a full week's effort in on 60 cars and so many judges. I hope readers enjoy it. I know they do. And it's a good deal, and it really is the centerpiece of the year.